Hi everyone, welcome to another Pick a Pile. Here we have your piles of choice. So group number 1 would be here on the left, group number 2 in the middle, group number 3 on the right. I'll see you in your selection. Hi, group number 1. So let's check out your cards. First card is Balanced Forces. Second card, the Wolf. And third card, the Emperor upright. Okay, so for the Balanced Forces, we have yin and yang, productive flow, masculine and feminine energy, the balance of duality, patriarchal paradigm being rebalanced, equality, balance, and perspective. So for divinatory meaning of this card, it says it invites you to look at a masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. Is the situation at hand on the more masculine side of the spectrum? Can it be tempered with feminine energy? Vice versa, would the addition of masculine energy bring balance? What needs to happen to form a more holistic and equalized foundation? Do you normally hold a position of one extreme? How might you balance this so you can experience a more optimized state of being to bring more masculine drive and focus to a situation? For instance, if you have some coming due dates and you need to get into action mode, focus on your goals, desires, and ambitions. If you want to engage more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all the things that you are grateful for already. Alright, so there's something that you are probably wondering, what do I need to put more effort in right now? Do I need to focus more? Do I need to let loose more? That's the topic for you, group number 1. So let's read the Wolf, guardian of family, tribe, activism, ritual. The Wolf mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy Wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The Wolf gets in trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit to. These includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it would surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. So I think for you, group number 1, it's probably going to be about you balancing your masculine and let loose more, a little bit more, because it's overtaking and it's this anxiety energy and just overtaking, moving way too much and maybe excluding the feminine a little bit, which is your creativity, your letting your children grow in a way that they can just flow and take their own decisions. Maybe it's your partner, maybe you need to let them do their shadow work by themselves and no poner tanto de tu cuchara en sus vidas. It says, when in balance, reliable, democratic, and fearless. When out of balance, judgmental and dominating. To bring into balance, practice letting go. Yeah, there it is. So the reason I say maybe letting go a little bit, it's because you might be like in a leadership role, but you need to guide others to also take on that leadership role, and that can be your mission in any area. It doesn't mean that you need to push people a lot. So maybe you were thinking of being a life coach or a business coach or something like that. Maybe that's for you, and you need to learn the balance though first, and maybe study and practice a little bit more on how to let your clients or the people that are going to learn from you to follow their own leadership and their own intuition. I'm feeling, because with the Emperor, there is a lot of stability. Like, you don't need to worry. You need to maybe let things go as they go and trust spirit a little bit more. Trust your, whatever you believe in, higher forces, because that's more in the feminine. You need to learn to trust that more instead of wanting to control everything here in the 3D world, material world, because it's also In the balance force card, if we read about it, it says that in the current paradigm, masculine and feminine energies are in balance as our global culture is largely patriarchal and strongly influenced by masculine energy. And that's definitely you, pile number one, whether you're identified as a woman or man or both. I think you're more on the side of this emperor energy where you make the calls, you shoot the goal, in the team. It says, efforts to revitalize the feminine flow have been incrementally shifting in balance over the last century. It is time to calm mind-based intellect, scientific data, linear direction, and the acquisition of power. You have an optimal human experience. We must embody a balance of masculine and feminine energies. We can daydream in receptive fluidity and action our ideas into reality. We can be soft and nurturing and also firm and direct as needed. Yeah, so maybe this is about career or a job or the team project that you're leading, and your spirit guides want you to know right now that you probably need to step aside for a little bit, maybe take a small break and ponder upon these things, okay? And this is a pattern that you've been following through family, generational trauma. Then think about every time you're gonna take a decision or act upon your feelings. Think, what is this? Is this mom or is this dad? And if you didn't have the opportunity to live with both, then think about, okay, is this controlling side of caregiver, or is this, the too carefree, neglecting side of caregiver? That's something else that Spirit is bringing up for you. And that is all that I'm channeling right now for you, pal number one. Thanks for tuning in and see you on the next reading. Bye. Hi, group number 2. This is your reading. Let's check out your cards. First one is freedom. Second one is the firefly. And third one is the Knight of Wands. Okay, let's start with the freedom card. And it reads, living the life you love, liberation as a shift in perspective, the many facets of freedom, inviting enjoyment and inspiration to your life, discovering what freedom means to you, overcoming limitation, unbound creative expression, choice over obligation. Bring a deeper sense of freedom to a situation. A limitation may be a state of mind. A shift of perspective can help bring a sense of lightness and choice. Also consider what freedom looks to you in the bigger picture of your life. If you are feeling stifled in an environment, it is up to you to make a change. Add pleasurable moments or practices that cultivate a sense of greater freedom in your day-to-day life. If you're currently experiencing greater freedom, you might be feeling unsettled. Consider whether it is the kind you were looking for. If you feel ungrounded and lost, perhaps you could add some structure to your world to optimize your freedom. I'm feeling a sense of maybe there's something that you have been ignoring, or maybe living for later, or maybe just sweeping under the rug, if you know what I mean. And it's time to take that dust out of the rug and face it, and really take the decision of freeing yourself from procrastination. Perhaps script number 2, it has something to do, I feel, with maybe relationships or a project. And these are the 2 universal topics, right? I mean, this is all we've come to this human reincarnations. But I feel like for you, it's more like maybe, yes, like letting go of some patterns that you've been repeating with your relationships. Because the firefly card really tells me that you're attracting a lot of what others want, really, not what they want to collaborate with you and grow together with you, but maybe what they just really want from you. But let's take a look to your firefly card. It says, inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. That firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There's a firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? It says, when in balance, writes creates brainstorms. When out of balance, burned out feels dull. To bring into balance, write a poem. Draw. Yeah, I feel like maybe you might be giving energy to the wrong thing here, and there's a sense of needing to free from that. Because like a firefly, I see you group number 2, like really like trying to be catched. Like people trying to be caught by others, and maybe like this big company that wants to, I don't know, say an example, sell your song, and they're trying to change a bunch of things. They're trying to make you trendy and maybe sexualize your appearance in some way so you can catch more millions of dollars for them, but not really respecting your essence in some way, and they're trying to catch you in that jar like a firefly to show you and to gain more from you in a greedy way, more than letting you express your full essence in that kind of way. But yes, it could be for my artist right here, and this could be a confirmation that this is your pile, or maybe you'd want to look for another pile if this is not the case or the energy that you're resonating with. But I feel like with the Knight of Wands, you are able to take on anything that they throw at you, and you're able to reject this contract per se, like, I'm not gonna do that with my songs. I'm gonna just, start in YouTube, maybe later in the future, pay for a Spotify, and I'm gonna keep my essence. I'm not gonna sign that contract with the devil, and I'm gonna keep my pure light, that the firefly carries with. I also like the dragonfly here. Like, I feel like those are very similar energies with the firefly as well. Yes, because on the freedom card and the book, it says that you may picture freedom in its more extreme guises, but when we truly feel free, our lifestyles may not change drastically. It is more of a state of mind. The only change might be that you are choosing to live a certain way rather than feeling obligated. We might move through periods of life in a day's blur of routine. What seemed like a dream career or lifestyle may have become somewhat of a prison. We might feel stuck, blocked, or uninspired. We might know deep down that it's time to step into something different, but we feel tied to what we have set up for ourselves, perhaps financially or because others depend on us. You might feel like something needs to change externally before you can make the step, but it doesn't usually work that way. As scary as it may seem to get off a self-perpetuating spiral, we need to initiate our own change. Yeah, this might involve others as well, others around you, maybe some family members telling you what you should seek, what kind of career you should seek, or that you should settle soon and get married, like stuff like that, like you are now freeing yourself from all of those belief systems that work like a jail for your spirit and your mind, and essentially are like, filled with this passion, this fire energy of the Knight of Wands, being able to find this success in whatever you want to launch, whatever you want to do next, or whoever you want to get involved with in whichever way, untraditional way that you want to get involved with, and get in the way that you want to experience that connection as well. And there is no need to worry and to take those beliefs and those projections from others through you, or through what you see, maybe not really being told, but through what you used to think. No matter what you went through in your past generational traumas, or whatever you went through that really set you in a stress mode, in a survival mode, with the Knight of Wands energy, you're ready to set on and take the challenge, and not only start it and shoot for it, but also get this channeling energy of being able to self-direct yourself. So you won't take others' opinions so seriously, or you won't need this book or this class anymore. Like you've thought that you needed, this approval or this confirmation. Even my readings, or anyone's readings to like confirm and reassure you, because you will feel so self-directing with this Knight of Wands soon. And I'm so happy for you, pile number 2, for that. That's great, and that is very, very freeing. And this is all about a sense of freedom for y'all. I'm excited for y'all. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, group number 3. This is your pile. Let's check out your cards. First card we got is receptivity, gracious receptivity. Second card is the Swan. And third card, Knight of Cups, upright. Okay. You feel like you being extra or being really sensitive or really being an intuitive in your childhood really affected you, and you just hit that, and you don't really want to show per se any partner or any dating partner that, wow, I just dreamt this the other day and it's now happening. It's not happening really. So like you might be in this state of shock and just maybe trying to hide that because you don't want to be called crazy in a way, And I think these cards are telling that you really have to be in a state of gratitude to really accept yourself, or nobody else will. Nobody else will think your uniqueness is beautiful if you don't. You might think that you have to give and just hide whatever interests you have. Maybe you have to not be listened to as much as you want to listen to others, and you just want to really hold the other person, and that's only gonna attract people who want to absorb your energy and not really know how to give. And we always need a counterpart that knows how to give just as much as we give, to be honest. And I think with the Swan here, it's really telling you need to go back to that center and your roots and the visions that you have for yourself, to really know in a deep sense of grounding what really you want to do for yourself, for others, for the world, and really be able to I don't know, like think twice before you go and move countries or states with someone just because of their job, for example. And not because, and you just leave your dreams behind, kind of thing. But let's read this one. It says effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. This one represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, and inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, let me know how you say it, snippy, and lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time, writing. So I feel like you might need to spend some time by yourself, writing these bullet points. Okay, what do I want for myself? How would I treat myself if I really love myself as much as I want to love my counterpart? And I would do X, Y, and Z for them. Then what would I do X, Y, and Z for me first, before even, getting to officially be a partner with this person, or getting to officially accept the date that this friend has been inviting me to for a while, or maybe me asking for a date from someone, like before doing this. And I say this, part number 2, because you have the energy of the Knight of Cups as well. And I think that you actually need to rethink before you move on to the next level, because the Knight of Cups energy brings up like just, getting in a deeper sense of connection with someone. An example could be marriage or proposals and stuff like that. Doesn't have to be in your situation, but just a deeper sense of connection with yourself. Maybe this is about you going to your dream piano school, for example, and you need to first realize, what do I need to strengthen my immune system, to really love myself to that level before committing to this other thing outside of me that makes me really happy, just as we would with another person, right? This could be coming up soon for you, but let's take a look at the divinatory meaning of the gracious receptivity card. It says, consider your relationship with gratitude, how comfortable you feel receiving, and what you love to give. Are there themes that allow you the joyous overflow of giving without limitation? How can you add this to the lives of others more often, away from the fear that you will get used up if you give without guaranteed reciprocity? Are there areas where you're overextending yourself? Can you give more from areas where you're stronger and have more skill and capacity? Right now, you might feel like you have little to give. If so, allow yourself to receive more. The gift of the sun on your face on a winter's day, or a compliment from a stranger. Allow yourself to drink every drop. After all, it is up to you how deeply you wish to drink of the gift that is shared. Often we take only a little sip even when there is so much more we could appreciate. And yet it is beautiful when you give to someone and they light up and receive it fully. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together, they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for, and notice how full you start to feel. From this place, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. I feel like you really need to realize, okay, what am I grateful for that I have around me, that I have access to? Yes, what resources have always been there for me, and now I can use them. Because maybe I didn't have these resources when I grew up with my family, or whoever I grew up with. And now I have them, now I have enough pay from my livelihood to go buy those vitamins, those herbs to sustain my immune system. Or now I work hard and I make enough money to buy myself a keyboard and really practice piano on my free time and really give that medicine to my soul as much as I take care of my physical body, right? So I can create more abundance by being grateful that I have those opportunities now. And those are the things that I would suggest you think about before jumping into a relationship, or before deepening connection in some relationship you already have. Maybe before deciding to have children, when it has crossed your mind or your partner's mind already. And really think about those things, and don't worry, you don't have to wait 5 years, don't have to wait maybe even months, but to take these things into consideration and ground and meditate on these aspects so that you can be fully in alignment with what you want to receive, as much as what you want to give, without, like the book says, without being afraid that you'll be just sucked, by an energy vampire kind of energy. But yes, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I'll see you on the next reading. Please take care. Bye.